Hi guys, Harry Yotis here, professional trader for 20 years. Started my career in 2005 and still alive in 2026. So let's begin. This is the final week of February 2026. This candle here is Monday, the 23rd of February, basically giving up all of the gains from Friday's big move up. Okay, it's basically, this is what I like to call a fear of the dark market, or a fear of the dark day, I should say. Yes, I do like Iron Maiden, hence the title. So, anyways, let's get back to this. Fear of the dark, we'll get to what I mean by that in our main event. But first, we always talk about the technical picture. We're looking, of course, a picture of the S&P 500 daily chart. The technical picture will bring in the moving averages, still trading below the 50. So we're like still in like neutral territory. But remember that we don't really look at the moving averages right now because we already know visually speaking, we're in a sideways choppy market. So our technicals are still neutral. We're still in this chop zone. Okay, the market doesn't know what's going on. Okay, it's trying to figure out, it's churning, trying to figure it out. Okay, and today we're down for multiple reasons. We'll get to it soon. Okay, so the technical picture is neutral. We haven't moved our analysis one bit. If we go above, I will turn bullish only if we go to new highs, not if we reclaim the 50-day moving average. Okay, so still we're in neutral, choppy territory. Okay, let's bring in the sentiment analysis. It shouldn't change. We're back to where we were on Friday, on Thursday, I should say. Look, we went up on we went up on Friday, back down, so we should be at the same level sentiment-wise as we were back then. And yeah, we are in the middle of fear. Momentum is extreme fear. The underlying fundamentals, wouldn't call it fundamentals, but there's underlying strength in the breadth and the strength of the market. A lot of 52-week highs on the NYSE, and the breadth is expanding. So this is very, very good under the hood, except everybody still at extreme fear buying puts, and safe haven demand, market volatility is back up. Okay. And that is of note. Okay, we should look at the VIX here. Okay, as we're speaking, it's close to 21. I like it to go up here. I would love it. I keep mentioning that I would love for the market to go down a bit lower, retest some support. Okay, this is going back all the way to like 2024 here. See, this is a key level. I would like for it to hit here and close. Okay, close at these highs, which would translate, in my view, to maybe here. Maybe test a 673-ish level. We're close. I would love to see that. Maybe undercut it. We would get into extreme fear with the VIX at a high top level. I would love that. Okay, and then we come back up. Okay, this is what I think will happen. Okay, or I hope will happen. It doesn't have to. We can still power higher because we are in a choppy market. But I've said it before and I say it again. I would love for the market to come back down and retest these lows. So that's it. The sentiment is plenty of, we can go to extreme fear, but this is why I think the market isn't even close to greed or extreme greed. So that's why I don't think this bull is over just yet. Okay. So before we get to the fear of the dark market, guys, if you like what you hear, just like and subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Okay. And of course, leave your comments below. I will get to them as fast as I can. So let's get to the fear of the dark market. What do I mean by fear of the dark? Well, this market is in extreme fear. Okay. Today, especially, three negative news pieces were thrown at this market simultaneously. Okay. First, we had the Dow drops 800 points as AI disruption. They're still talking about that. And tariff woes weigh on the market. It's mostly the tariff woes. The AI disruption has been already played out, in my opinion. The sectors that are tanking as service as a SaaS company, service as a software, are taking hits, and the Mag 7 are also weak. Okay, so you're having like a rotation going on, but it's mostly the tariff woes. We don't know what's going on with the tariffs. Can Trump impose 15% tariffs? No. Yes. What does SCOTUS say? I think SCOTUS is probably going to win, but you have this piece of information putting in uncertainty into the market. So you have, one bullet being fired. Next, we had over the weekend, Mexico violence after cartel boss killing slows cross-border trade. So there's been in Jalisco, Mexico, in the province, the U.S. and Mexican joint task force, I would guess, killed a Mexican cartel boss. So now the Mexican cartels are like shooting up the resort town. Okay, so yes, it's bad. It has some implications for some things, but the market, is taking another hit due to this. Okay, so this is like more uncertainty into the game. Okay, and of course we always have the Iran war. We are headed very much to a catastrophic war. Expert says on Iran, U.S.-Iran tensions. There's supposed to be a meeting coming up on Thursday to see if this here. I mean, you could read all about this. Oh, I went there, but you don't really have to. My point is that you're getting Iran fears, you have cartel violence, you have tariff woes. All of this is hitting this market all at once. And it just took the market down 1%. Okay, this market, if you look at it, it is very, very resilient. Okay, it keeps getting slammed and comes back. Okay, if we look at the intraday chart on this candle, okay, the 15-minute chart, okay, you can see that after the hit in the morning, it's consolidating and coming back. Okay, to me, like all this news is known a triple hit, and it only took the market down this much. Okay, this is the 15-minute. This is the start of the day of a 15-minute chart. Okay, bad news, they hit, and then the market picks it up. Okay, so all of this bad news, all of this stuff, tariff, Mexico, Iran, all of it is known, and the market just falls 1% and is holding on. Okay, it looks like it's hovering at the bottoms and look at the bottom of the day and looking to go up. So this is why I think we have everything. Let's go to the daily chart. We have everything being thrown at the market. Fear, everything. Fear of the dark, fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, okay? And nothing is really happening, okay? We do have the usual suspects in gold, of course, ripping to new highs, okay? Not to new highs, but ripping. Continuing that rip, of course. And now we have silver coming up. Okay, all the main suspects coming up. Okay, too bad I missed my silver trade here. Hoping that it just consolidates around this area, goes back down again. Okay, and we haven't looked at oil. It's just precious metals and oil. So oil did catch a little bit, but not back down again. Okay, it's really, really still in a downtrend, despite look at this downtrend right here, hitting this level here of previous. It was support, now it's resistance, and I think this is a good area to short oil if you want. Okay, I'm already short small, and I don't really need to play the oil trade. I have the gold move that'll protect me going forward. But if you guys want, this would be a good chance to short oil via some put structures, okay? And you had, like, even oil is not even taking that into consideration. Oil should be really, really much, much higher than this. It should be showing way more strength than it is right now, okay? It's basically $66 a barrel. So like you have all the usual suspects, gold, precious metals, and oil. I mean, gold and the precious metals are making the move, exactly what you should expect to see. But the gold story is not just a uncertainty story or Iran war story or Mexican violence story. It's, yes, it will go up because of that, but it's because of the, geopolitical tensions that are causing central banks to buy. That's the big news, and it won't stop. Okay, silver too. Silver is a little bit more of a critical metals play. That will go up too. Okay, trust me, the physical silver market is not loose. It's still very, very tight. Okay, so any of these paper hits will not really cause damage. So you have all of these like fear of the dark trades happening, and yet I see resilience. We just saw the 15-minute chart right here show almost a bottoming pattern. I think it goes up. Like I am very, very surprised at the strength of this market, considering what it had to deal with for the past X amount of months. Okay, and it's still hovering near highs. This to me is a sign of strength, not weakness. Okay, so what else should we talk about in the end? I like Bitcoin. Remember we mentioned the Bitcoin. For a pop, I'm waiting for a pop because the sentiment is so negative. Today it got smashed with the market, but this is like, to me, it could even undercut the lows and trying to, chop around, get people to get short at the lows. It's very, very possible. Okay, but I think that you can go to 53 and then rebound higher. So I still have my Mara trade going on, but I just think this is so washed out that there's a very, very high likelihood of a pop. Okay. Don't know if there's a war that comes out, it will come down, it'll get even more extreme. Okay, so that's why you have to protect yourself. I have an option structure, so I'm fine. But my max loss is defined. But with this, I still expect a pop if something happens with even if something happens with Iran. We might have seen a washout. Okay, we might get out an Iran move all the way down to 53, undercut it, and then a move higher. I don't know. Okay, I'm just speculating. But to me, the sentiment is so negative that I'm still hoping for a pop up. Okay, and finally, guys, I just wanted to mention that UUU, one of my favorite plays. Okay, I bought it. I bought some UUUU via an option structure when it came down below the 20. Okay, I'll discuss the option structure going forward. Okay, but it's a little bit more complicated. It's a 4-legger. However, I think that I like the space critical metals, and I was waiting after we got in here and got out around here to re-enter the space, and a pullback with a consolidation is enough for me. We could have waited till it hit the 50. I didn't want to wait. I just like the consolidation here, so I decided to pull the trigger early, and I did an option structure that will expire in June. Okay, so I have plenty of time for this move to go up. People think it's a double top. I don't care. To me, it could be a cup and handle for me. Okay, I just like the fundamentals of this company, and I was waiting to enter it long again. Okay, so my risk is defined. I'm good. Okay, so that's it, guys. Let's reiterate. Okay, SPY, technicals, neutral. We're waiting. Chop, chop, chop until it keeps taking hits. Market's been taking hits. Boom, 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 boom. And once those hits are done, I think it goes higher. This is very, very resilient to me. The fear and greed index sentiment is at fear. If I'm hoping that we can go lower and get into the extreme fear territory with a VIX hitting that 23 to 25 level, I'm guessing around here, before exhausting itself is going all the way back down again. Okay, so that's what I'm hoping for. It doesn't have to, but I'm hoping that happens. I like the underlying strength of the market. We had a lot of fear of the dark of like Mexico drug violence, drug cartel violence. We had stock market news. We had Trump with his tariffs, SCOTUS overruling him, which it's a good thing for the market if he does get overruled. And of course, Iran, always Iran. Okay, so we have that going on. Bitcoin, hoping still for a bounce with extreme fear. Looking for an undercut of these levels before going higher. Okay, you're probably going to have some kind of like, look, we already have some kind of like negative divergence forming if we go even lower. So there are some technical reasons to go long. However, don't go big because I'm still generally negative on the sector. A lot of damage has been done. I'm just waiting for a pop. And because the sentiment is so negative, a pop will have a dramatic effect on stocks like Mara. Okay, Mara can go up to the 15 level from like 8, which is like almost a double, okay, percentage-wise, but it's still negative. This is just a short-term trade, okay? And UUUU, I entered it long as it hit today the $20 level via an option structure, which I will get into it at a later time, okay? We're running a little bit out of time here, so let's look forward to what happens this week. It's the last week of February, and who knows what happens. Let's see, will the market go higher? We'll see later.